Aqilah maintain Muhammad Yunus. In the previous video, we gonna share about how social media impacts on youth in Malaysia. So basically, social media refers to website and application created to enable people to exchange content quickly, safely, and in real time. Many people may have access to the social media through mobile application. This networking platform is also can use on computers, and social media can refer to any online communication tool that help users freely access information and connect with the public. Social media addiction is a personality disorder in which young people are enthralled by social media and are reluctant to restrict or avoid using internet media despite obvious detrimental effects and significant disadvantages. While many adolescents engage in a type of online media on a daily basis, which include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Vine, Snapchat as my background. So, by identifying the types of different social media platforms on the internet can broaden the ways for the teachers and lecturers to teach and spread their knowledge to their students. It is known youth nowadays as a unique generation and different from the older generation. As Protsco and Spullett said in their research article on Kids This Day, Why the Youth of Today Seem Lacking, that kids nowadays are less quality than those of the previous generation. So by knowing the platform of the internet, it can be broaden the possibility of birthing a much more outstanding generation in the future. So what are the different social media platforms? The invention of the internet in the 1990s has contributed to significant changes in the field of connectivity. Thus, the emergence of social networking sites, which is SNS, the advent of this platform has revolutionized the field of connectivity. And today, we celebrate its improvement from education to entertainment. There are various social media sites and several platforms could fall into many categories, which are social networks, digital networks, and discussion networks. So, firstly, social networks. According to Hudson, social networks specialize in exchanging and communicating information, ideas, and content with other people, often with users who have same taste and interests. For instance, of social networks including Facebook and Twitter. Secondly, digital networks. In comparison to social networks that specialize in empowering people to connect and share information and ideas, digital networks specialize in exchanging content such as photographs and video, Instagram and YouTube, for example. So lastly, discussion networks. Discussion networks like Reddit are the ideal forum for posts that will potentially lead to in-depth interaction between users. Users can leave detailed feedback in the comment section, and other users can respond directly to those comments, and encouraging discussion to grow and develop organically. So the problem is, what are the effects of social media among youth? There are positive and negative consequences in social media that can affect our youth in Malaysia. So firstly, positive impact of social media among youth is develop social awareness. To begin with, developing social awareness is a very positive influence among young people. Social media increase young people's understanding of sensitive issues that are not discussed in many societies. It raises an understanding of the challenges people experience in various communities. It develops political and social awareness and guides how to get help in the case of a crisis. Secondly, source of learning and teaching. In short, one of the most positive influence for youth is the origins of learning and teaching in social media. Social media serve as a forum for the exchange of information. It has become a forum from different outlets of education for young people. The sharing option that it provides has created a thesaurus from which we can gather a single bit of information. No matter how unique the topic is, it is inspire young people to reach out to professors and prospective careers out to work with their peers. Meanwhile, for the negative impact of the social media among youth, It's a source of anxiety and depression. Cause of anxiety and depression is one of the most dangerous outcomes for teenagers. Social media use has also resulted in higher levels of anxiety and stress. Teenagers typically compare themselves with their friends on social media and see inadequacies if some are better at something that concerns their life. In particular, it is concerned that social media and text messages which have become so integral to teenage life and they're promoting anxiety and lower self-esteem. So, for the productivity of youth, the social media influence decrease the productivity of youth. The youth generation has always been loafing on the internet instead of spending their time on a meaningful mission. They spend hours and hours on social media trolling, reading updates, and listening to the actions of their peers. It has become a forum for the ads rather than a platform for conversation. If students spend more time on social media rather than on their education, it is fair to assume that their grades will decline. So combine lack of effort with failure to concentrate, they have the perfect storm for procrastination. Therefore, the impact of social media on youth is a dire topic to be reckoned with and must be carefully identified, solved, and discussed appropriately so that we can avoid abusing social media from destroying our precious youth. And that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Fawwaz Abdul Rahman bin Masni Syahri. Okay, now I will be continuing from what my partner has started. So, based on all of the problems that we have talked briefly in the early of this video, from my point, one thing that probably contributes to social media, that social media being so addictive, is the role it played in the rise of the digital age. While social media was becoming popular, the internet also became widely used, cheaper to access, and faster to load content. Now, the rise of mobile phones with internet capabilities and mobile internet also made it easier for social media to available wherever you go and regardless of whatever you're doing. Thanks to the popularity of social media, we can also constantly and instantly update our network about what you are eating, what you are wearing, or who are you with. So, with this from the third problem or question from our research paper, that is, why is it our youth is so addicted to social media? Now, it is without doubt every issue has its own pro and cons. However, in our research, we tend to look into the disadvantages. Now, first of all, the most important thing that we can see nowadays is social validation. Now, what is social validation? Now, a scholar, Cialdini, 2009, said that the principle of social approval is concerned with social norms and the idea that people often look at the behavior of others to decide on how to behave in circumstances, especially in ambiguous situations such as things that we don't know how to do or how to manage. So we tend to look to other people. We want validation from other people, as where social validation keeps on being considered most of the important thing in our life nowadays. We tend to see that nowadays. People misunderstand the concept of successful in life. They see that the most people that got likes and the most people that got the most popularity in the social media is considered as a successful person. Now, in addition to that, if there is the presence of like button in social media, yes, young people become particularly aware of the attention they receive from lots of likes. Whenever a post is swarming with likes and comments, one might consider a popular guy. Yeah, when he or she has lots of likes, he will be a popular guy. He will get many benefits with with the ads. So besides the Facebook like, or in Twitter we call it favorites, it's a social signal that makes us feel good. The wonders of web-based media reliance can generally be added to the dopamine, inciting social condition that interpersonal interaction application give. So next, one of the reasons social media is so addicting is the fear of missing out, or I like to call it FOMO. FOMO refers to feelings of distress that result from the realization that fulfilling experiences the others have could be losing out on them. FOMO can be recognized as an intrapersonal characteristic that pushes people to keep up to date, even on social media sites, about what people are doing. We must be wondering, isn't it good that we are not missing out on every information? Yes, it's true. We must look for information and it is very beneficial to us. But how far does we have to know the information? Is it until we are fearing the missing of the information as if we are missing our own child? Until it affected our mental health? No. FOMO has a similar psychological mechanism we call regret. Yes. Regret refers to the negative assessment of a decision taken in the past. This encourages individuals to learn about the counterfactuals. Had they determined differently what varying effects would have resulted FOMO as similar to regret. And when we regret, we become devastated, as if we are not achieving our accomplishment. Now, then into our last problem, our last question is, what is the solution to social media problems? Without doubt, we have to manage our screen time. How? By giving ourselves the proper time and place to do or use the social media. With proper restraint, social media can never affect our life poorly, and to better, it eases our life better. Everything in this life must have its limit, its discipline, its proper management. If not, it will only become chaos. Now finally, as another option of solving this issue is by just getting a new hobby, or a more healthier hobby, or more healthier jobs, or things to do. In this world, there are lots of other interesting things that humanity is yet to explore. One can say that we can see the world through the internet, but just how far the authenticity feeling that we can get from the experience. So obviously, face-to-face is way much better than just seeing a picture in the internet. So that's all from me and my partner. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.